Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. On this episode of General Hospital, Curtis assists Drew in making a decision, Carly speaks with John, and Spinelli and Maxie finally talk about their kiss. When Christina awakens, Blaze is in her Metro courtroom watching her sleep and making fun of her for it. Blaze claims that she became lost in her thoughts and realized how fortunate she is to have her in her life and in her bed. Christina's stomach growls as they kiss, declaring, "This baby is not subtle." After placing their breakfast order, Blaze announces that she is taking a brief shower. Blaze says that even though Christina feels like getting up, they should continue having breakfast in bed. As Christina is gazing at the ultrasound picture on her phone, a woman unexpectedly walks in and says, "Allison, Mommy's here." Both of them are shocked when she sees Christina in bed. After getting out of bed, Christina greets Mrs. Roger Ramirez. She is corrected by Natalia, who says it's Miss. Blaze surprises her mother's early arrival as she emerges from her robe still on. Natalie said that discovering this young woman in her bed startled her. Natalia requests an explanation. In a nutshell, Christina says that Allison allowed her crash here since it was late after their girls' night. Natalia hugs her daughter after falling for Christina's falsehood. When Blaze questions Natalia about how she got in, she reveals that her name is on the room's registry and that she was given a keycard. Natalia says she brought Blaze sandals from Puerto Rico as she starts to unpack. When Blaze inquires as to whether they are vegans, Natalia brushes it off. Blaze has stated time and time again that she dislikes her grandmother's coconut pudding, which she also brought. Natalia says she never told her anything like that. According to Christina, the texture is what makes avocado and flan comparable. It seems to Natalia that she knows her daughter. Blaze questions her mother's knowledge of her since she was unaware of her previous deception, and that it wasn't the first time she had withheld information from her. What lies has she told? Natalia queries. Blaze asks Christina to stay when she tries to leave. When Christina approaches Blaze, Blaze informs her that Christina was filling in for her earlier. What has she done? Natalie wonders. Is she ill? Blaze declares that Christina is more than just a buddy. Spinelli searches for Maxie and the children at Maxie's, but they are not there. Opening the front door, Maxie says she's met her mom at school to assist with setting up the arts and crafts fair. The kids are in the car, and she had an early start today. He's relieved she isn't dodging him. Why does he believe she would avoid him, she asks. Due to what transpired the previous evening, he says, thinking back to their kiss. Sonny interrupts them by knocking on the door, claiming to be seeking for Spinelli. Sonny admits to Spinelli that he's a hard man to find and was unaware that he lived here. Maxie says that he has a plumbing issue at his house, so it's only temporary. After she leaves, Sonny informs Spinelli that he needs him for a job. Spinelli says he hasn't worked for him in a very long time. The last instance was prior to Jason's death. Furthermore, he makes it apparent that his hazardous employment for Sonny played a part in the breakdown of his union with Ellie, since Jason entrusted him with his life. Sonny claims that this is a low-risk profession, and that's good enough for him. According to Spinelli, no one in this residence can be in risk because of this job. Knowing how much the kids mean to him, Sonny would never put them in danger. Sonny offers to have his contractor handle the leak in his apartment, and Spinelli accepts the task. Spinelli acknowledges that there isn't a leak and that Maxie's move-in and financial assistance were a hoax. Sonny advises him to just tell Maxie how he feels, saying that it would be too much bother to let someone know you care. "I miss Stone Cold too," Spinelli remarks as Sonny turns to go. Though a little shaken, Sonny promises to stay in contact. When Maxie comes back, she finds Spinelli still there. "You kissed me last night," she finally replies, rambling on since she feels like she should be heading to the workplace. What happens when he claims to have kissed her and she responded? Carly gets John some coffee as he sits at Bobby's counter. When she inquires as to why he is in the area, He introduces himself and says he works for the FBI. She surmises that he must be here to learn more about Sonny after realizing he is related to Stone. He assures her that he is not constructing a case against her ex, but he does believe Sonny ought to be in jail. She refuses to provide him with any information. John reiterates that he is not here to look into Sonny, and Carly refuses to continue this talk without her attorney. She reminds him that Sonny gave Stone excellent care and notes that he recently stated that he wanted him to go to jail. Although Carly's kid has Stone as a middle name, she claims not to have known the man. John says that Stone is also the name of his kid. Stone should be grateful that someone looked after him when he needed it, according to Carly, who says they both cared about Stone. Unbelievably, John is here to support Sonny since he claims that Sonny has also harmed individuals that he loves. He discloses that he is looking into Sonny's assassination attempts and that he needs law enforcement assistance to put an end to them. John can see right away from the expression on her face that Sonny hasn't discussed any of this with her. Carly wonders if her family is in danger, and he responds that only the heads of significant mob families have been targeted, not any families at all. John declines to confirm Carly's theory that Olivia passed away in this manner. Carly questions John about why, if he dislikes Sonny, he doesn't just let the shooter take him out since he says Sonny needs his protection right now. John says he doesn't intend to turn into a criminal in order to stop one. Although she saw him as her friend, he would have considered the most honorable man she had ever met a criminal. He seems to take great satisfaction in his integrity. By the way, you are drinking Corinthos coffee, she jokes. At Sonny's gym, Curtis discovers Drew venting his resentment on a bag. Curtis is curious as to what is troubling him. Drew acknowledges that Carly is concerned that he has changed and is clinging to his past. Curtis believes this has to do with Nina's circumstances, though Curtis claims Drew is also a buddy, and he disapproves of what she did. Drew is aware that she is. Carly feels that he's not moving on, and Drew explains. Drew claims he works out in an effort to let go of his resentment and move on. Curtis acknowledges this and states that he was angry at both God and the outside world after learning he was disabled. Drew knows how you feel, and he hopes Carly could know too, but he has to absorb things at his own pace. Curtis queries whether this is a small argument or something more. Though Curtis didn't show for a therapy appointment, Drew says they'll see. Curtis acknowledges that the treatment has been a blessing and that he and Portia have reunited when Drew tells him he looks fantastic. Drew is pleased for him, and Curtis expresses gratitude that they persisted. Curtis acknowledges that he made life difficult for Portia and that, following his shooting, he turned away everyone who cared for him. He came to the realization that he needed to alter his perspective in order to avoid living a terrible existence, and he and Portia are now back on track. Drew hears Curtis and isn't subtle in his attempts to offer counsel because he understands what Curtis is doing. Although Carly didn't want him to go to prison for her, Drew acknowledges that he hasn't really been playing fair. However, a slip of the tongue gave the impression that he was upset with Carly. Drew doesn't blame her, despite Drew's question, but he realizes that Carly has given up things for him as well, and he recalls Carly telling him that in order to move on, she has to put Nina behind her. Perhaps it's time for him to do the same for Carly, he muses. When Carly gets back to the counter at Bobby's, John has left. Along with his check, he wrote a note saying, "I'm sorry for upsetting you." She considers leaving Crimson and thinking about Drew. She claims that she is angry for other reasons besides him, and that she is tired of being ignored. All of a sudden, Drew shows up. When Nina visits Ava at the gallery, she is in need of her assistance because she is going to lose Sonny permanently. Ava believed they were in limbo, but Nina discloses that Sonny served her with divorce papers. Ava says she's not shocked because Sonny has recently been reflecting on his entire life. Nana is determined to keep trying and wants to talk to Sonny to let him know how much they mean to each other. Nana hoped Ava could find Sonny somewhere, like here, so they could have a conversation. Ava replies she can't since she has an appointment and a busy day ahead of her. She also believes that Sonny won't appreciate her meddling in his private affairs. Nena claims she is at a loss on what to do. Ava is obviously uneasy and explains that interfering in their marriage won't help since it might damage her relationship with Sonny. "You and Sonny have a relationship now?" A horrified Nena gasps. Ava states that she is referring to their co-parenting arrangement and she cannot upset Sonny's main custody of Avery. Nena acknowledges this and states that the word choice simply confused her. They get along well, and Ava doesn't want to put it in danger. A man walks in carrying something for Ava. Since Windermere and Spoon Island have been purchased, these documents are escrow documents. Ava says the developer intends to divide the land into individual lots, and she simply wants to get away from that terrible area, so she doesn't care what they do with it. Spencer was the only one connected to it, she claims, and now that he is deceased, no one needs it. Ava's eyes are on the future. They return to Sonny in their conversation. When Ava tells Nina that she believes Sonny needs more time, Nina responds that she already has. "He's lost a lot recently," Ava says, and Nina understands that Spencer's loss affected him. "And now Dex is gone," Ava continues. Startled, Nina inquires as to what is happening. Nina complains that Sonny is excluding her, and Ava refuses to talk anymore. "If he wants to end our marriage, he could have the grace to tell me directly," she sobs. Sonny suddenly shows up and says, "This is where I am." When Nina requests to speak, all he does is ask Ava if she's ready. Nina knows that Ava has an appointment with Sonny. While Ava gets ready, Nina makes an attempt to speak with Sonny. "Not now," he says. When Nina queries, after she files for divorce from him, she claims that he can't give her an hour even though they took vows. When Ava comes back, Sonny tells her to go to school, and he'll see her later, either at home or at the school. Thanks for watching if you liked this video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.